Howdy. Now this isn't the type of video that I usually make. I don't do these sort of trendy topic videos. You know, I mostly stick to gameplay and talking about movies. But I think this is a topic that is worth discussing, and I think it's pretty important. And that topic is why I think PewDiePie should definitely win this war with T-Series. And in order to answer that question, we have to ask ourselves what YouTube is about. If you ask someone like me, you know, I don't really have any sort of internet fame, well, at least not yet. You know, I have very few viewers, you know, very few subscribers, so I'm basically a nobody. So to someone like me, YouTube is an opportunity to one day be a big content creator. So when I look at PewDiePie, who was once someone like me, or like you, or like anyone else, who was sort of, you know, just a guy filming himself playing video games at home. So to see a person like that, to become this famous person, this celebrity basically, who like is #1 on this multi-billion-dollar platform, is really inspiring. You know, I can one day aspire to become, you know, the next PewDiePie. You can one day aspire to become the next PewDiePie. Anyone can aspire to be the next PewDiePie. Because he is a normal person. He is someone who got where he is by, you know, making his own videos and making other people laugh. And in my opinion, that's what YouTube should be about normal people making other people laugh, making entertaining videos, and, you know, potentially becoming something more through that. Now when you take a look at T-Series, T-Series is basically a big music label. I can't aspire to be, nobody can aspire to be T-Series, except, I don't know, I guess fucking Spinning TV or fucking iDJ videos, which is why a lot of people are against it. Now I recently saw this picture where on the top half of the photo you see Smosh and PewDiePie celebrating after PewDiePie became the #1 most subscribed YouTuber. Since, you know, if you don't know, Smosh were the previous creators that had that title. And it was, and the caption was like, when PewDiePie became the #1 most subscribed YouTuber, and they're like all having fun and it's all great. And then like the next, and like the bottom half of the picture is like PewDiePie, you know, roasting T-Series and all of that shit, which is like, you know, I get the joke, you know. I'm sure it was made by a, you know, PewDiePie fan, but it's basically like giving off the impression that PewDiePie is kind of an asshole because he doesn't want anyone to beat him. But that's not really the point. The reason that Smosh were so okay with PewDiePie, you know, taking the new lead, because the Smosh were exactly the same as PewDiePie. They also started off as just a couple of dudes, you know, making videos with their shitty little phone camera, and, you know, they made each other laugh, they made others laugh, and, you know, one day they became big. So when PewDiePie came along, he was also, you know, another guy like them. So of course they didn't have any problem with it. You know, and if you roll a few years back, it was the same when Smosh became #1 over Ray William Johnson. Because Ray William Johnson was once again, you know, someone who was making videos on his college campus, and he became famous like that. So he also, you know, congratulated them, and he even featured them on one of his videos. So that was all fine and great. I'm sure that if someone who was also out of that sort of world was, you know, competing with PewDiePie, PewDiePie would be way more accepting of that, and he wouldn't like make a diss track or anything, and he would just congratulate him like the two before. But the problem is, this time around, it's not just another content creator, it's a fucking music label. A music label, which by the way doesn't give two fucks about YouTube. So it's a completely different situation. Which is why a lot of people don't want T-Series to win. Like, I'm not even that big of a PewDiePie fan. I used to be, but I kind of lately haven't even been watching any of his videos. I wouldn't even be talking about him if there wasn't this situation. But I still want him to keep the #1 spot, at least until someone new who was like him, you know, comes to take his place, which I would be completely fine with. That's kind of the point that I'm trying to make. YouTube should be about little people, no pun intended, about little people making it big, and not just having, you know, this platform where you have like big music labels ruling everyone else. Like, that's not a platform that I want to be a part of. Now, if T-Series actually does beat PewDiePie, which is, you know, very likely, I do have a solution for all of us YouTubers. We should all move to TikTok.